Dreams are seeds. They need time to grow. Rushing weakens them. Like a flower forced to bloom too soon, it withers before its beauty shines. Be the patient gardener. Nurture your dreams with time and care. The race is not always to the swift. The tortoise, slow and steady, reminds us of this. He wins by persistence, not speed. So too with our dreams. Sustainable growth is more rewarding than fleeting bursts of effort. He dreamt in colours. Vivid hues danced in his mind, begging to be set free. His name was Leo, and his heart belonged to art. He envisioned masterpieces, each stroke a whisper of his soul. But dreams, he soon learned, were just the beginning. The blank canvas mocked him at first. His hand, unsure, hesitated. Doubt, a serpent in the garden, hissed, "What if you're not good enough?" He brushed the fear aside, dipped his brush in crimson, and began. His early attempts were clumsy. Each stroke seemed to betray his intentions, turning what he envisioned into a chaotic mess. The brush felt foreign in his hand, as if it had a mind of its own, refusing to obey his commands. The colors ran together, muddying his vision. What was supposed to be a vibrant display of hues turned into a murky blend, indistinguishable and dull. He watched helplessly as the paint, instead of creating beauty, formed a disheartening smear. The lines, meant to be bold and expressive, were hesitant and weak. Each attempt to create a strong, confident stroke resulted in a shaky, uncertain line. His hand trembled, betraying his lack of confidence and growing frustration. Frustration, a bitter pill, became his daily bread. Every failed attempt added to the weight on his shoulders, making it harder to pick up the brush again. His face, once filled with hope, now bore the marks of constant disappointment. He crumpled, canvas after canvas, despair threatening to consume him. The floor of his studio was littered with the remnants of his failed attempts, each one a testament to his struggle. The sound of tearing canvas became all too familiar. "Why can't I do this?" he cried out one day, tears blurring his vision. The frustration boiled over, and he could no longer hold back the tears. They fell onto the canvas, mixing with the paint, creating a new layer of sorrow. His dreams, once so bright, seemed to fade with each failed attempt. The vibrant future he had imagined was now overshadowed by the dark cloud of his failures. Each faded painting was a reminder of what he had lost. He was tempted to give up, to resign himself to a life devoid of color. The thought of abandoning his passion gnawed at him, but the weight of his failures made it seem like the only option. He sat in his empty room, feeling the crushing weight of hopelessness. But deep down, a small spark of determination remained. He stared at a blank canvas, taking a deep breath. With renewed resolve, he picked up the brush once more, ready to face his fears and frustrations head-on. This time his strokes were more deliberate, his colors more vibrant. He poured his heart into the canvas, letting his emotions guide his hand. The result was not perfect, but it was a step forward, a glimmer of hope in his journey. As he stepped back to admire his work, a small smile crept onto his face. It was not the masterpiece he had dreamed of, but it was a start. And in that moment, he felt a renewed sense of hope and determination to keep going. But a wise old art teacher saw the fire in his eyes, the passion buried beneath the frustration. The young artist, though talented, was often overwhelmed by the enormity of his dreams. He felt the weight of every mistake, every misstep, as if they were insurmountable obstacles. Yet the old teacher, with his years of experience and gentle demeanor, saw potential where the young man saw only failure. "Patience, my boy," he said, his voice a soothing balm. The words were simple, yet they carried the weight of countless years of wisdom. The young artist, who had been rushing through his work, trying to achieve perfection in every stroke, began to understand the value of taking his time. The old teacher's voice was like a calm river, washing away the anxiety and impatience that had clouded the young man's mind. Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither is a masterpiece. The young artist had heard this saying before, but it was only now, under the guidance of his mentor, that he truly grasped its meaning. The process of creating art was not just about the final product, but about the journey, the learning, and the growth that happened along the way. Each day spent in the studio, each hour dedicated to practice, was a step towards mastery. He spoke of the importance of practice, of learning from each mistake. The old teacher shared stories of his own struggles, of the countless hours he had spent perfecting his craft. He showed the young artist that every error was an opportunity to learn, to improve, and to grow. The young man began to see his failures not as setbacks, but as essential parts of his artistic journey. He began to see his failures not as defeats, but as stepping stones. Each mistake was a lesson, each critique a chance to refine his skills. The young artist started to embrace the process, understanding that every great artist had faced similar challenges. He realized that his journey was not unique, but part of a long tradition of artists who had persevered through adversity. Each brushstroke, even the flawed ones, brought him closer to his goal. The young artist found joy in the act of creation, in the feel of the brush in his hand and the colors coming to life on the canvas. He learned to trust his instincts, to let his creativity flow without fear of making mistakes. The old teacher's words echoed in his mind, reminding him that every stroke was a step forward. He learned to appreciate the journey, not just the destination. The young artist discovered that the true beauty of art lay not in the finished piece, but in the process of creating it. He found fulfillment in the daily practice, in the small victories, and in the continuous improvement. The whispers of time, guided by the wisdom of his mentor, taught him that the journey itself was the greatest masterpiece of all. He discovered the rhythm of progress. He didn't abandon his passion in bursts of frantic energy. Instead, he embraced the slow, steady climb. Each day, he dedicated a few hours to his art, his focus unwavering. He learned to balance patience with action. He understood the importance of consistent effort. Like a sculptor chipping away at stone, he slowly but surely revealed the beauty hidden within. One day, after months of relentless effort, he stepped back from his canvas. Each brushstroke had been a labor of love, each color a reflection of his innermost thoughts and emotions. The studio, filled with the scent of paint and the quiet hum of creativity, had become his sanctuary. Here he had battled self-doubt, wrestled with inspiration, and ultimately found his voice. A gasp escaped his lips. It was a sound of surprise, of realization, and of profound satisfaction. He had not just created a painting, he had created a piece of himself. The journey had been long and arduous, filled with moments of frustration and fleeting glimpses of triumph. Before him stood not a canvas, but a window to his soul. Every line, every shade, every texture spoke volumes about his journey, his struggles, and his victories. It was as if the painting had a life of its own, breathing and pulsating with the energy he had infused into it. The colors sang, the lines danced. They told a story of passion, dreams pursued and realized. The vibrant hues and dynamic lines were a testament to his relentless pursuit of perfection, his unwavering commitment to his craft. He had poured his heart onto the canvas, and it shone back at him magnificent and true. The painting was not just a visual feast, it was an emotional journey, a narrative of his artistic evolution. It was a mirror reflecting his growth, his resilience, and his unyielding spirit. His masterpiece was not born overnight. It was the result of countless hours spent in solitude, honing his skills, perfecting his technique. Each day brought new challenges, new lessons, and new opportunities to push the boundaries of his creativity. It was the culmination of countless hours of dedication, perseverance, and a deep respect for the process. Late nights and early mornings had become his norm as he lost himself in the world of colors and forms. His dedication was unwavering, his passion unquenchable. He finally understood the true meaning of his teacher's words. Patience is not passive. It is active waiting. It is the quiet, persistent effort that eventually leads to greatness. In that moment, Standing before his masterpiece, he realized that the journey was just as important as the destination. The struggles, the setbacks, the moments of doubt, they had all been necessary steps on the path to this moment of triumph. And as he gazed at his creation, he knew that this was just the beginning of an even greater journey. Leo's story is a testament to the power of patience and persistence. It's a reminder that the path to our dreams is rarely linear. There will be setbacks, moments of doubt, and the temptation to give up. But it's in these moments of struggle that we discover our true strength. It's through perseverance that we develop resilience. And it's by embracing the journey, with all its imperfections, that we truly appreciate the sweetness of success. Patience without persistence is like a seed unplanted. Persistence without patience is like a plant uprooted too soon. Together they form a powerful alchemy, transforming dreams into reality. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Take that step today. Nurture your dreams with patience and water them with persistence. The world is full of those who gave up too soon. Don't let that be you. Your dreams are worth the wait. They are worth the effort. They are worth the journey. Believe in yourself, trust the process, and never, ever give up. Your dreams await.